Hi, let's start with a new project. So we go to menu, new project, new project. Right click on the modular to open a new mono panel. Now normally we will connect this mono panel to an instrument. To add an instrument the same way, right click, add VST. You see here 1, 2, 3, 4 VST folders which you can set up in the setup panel. But instead of choosing now an instrument, we will add a predefined rack. If you click on a modular, the browser will automatically follow. So for example, if I click on the mono panel, this LED goes high and means that the browser shows now presets for the mono panel. So if I click on the modular, the browser will show already defined racks. For this tutorial we will choose this rack. We click it and drag it to the modular. This rack contains two instruments, or two VSTs in this case. The first one, if I double click on this one, it will open the VST editor. This is a synth 1 VST. The second one, reverb, is a Kjarhus reverb. Alright, let's connect the two together and hear what this says. Nothing. This means something is muted. Now we can go to the mixer and see the mono is connected to the effect rack, but it's muted. Clicking on this is to unmute it. You can do the same in the mono panel. This button is mute, unmute. Press spacebar to hear. Quite boring, isn't it? Okay, first of all, let's go to the note row of the mono, hold Ctrl and drag up. This will transpose all steps together. And let's make it faster. This is the time row to 16th. Alright, so far so good, but it's still boring. So let's add some variation to it. We go back to the modular. We add a Bezier curve controller. See it here. Also I've made already a preset. I click on it, this LED goes high. So in the browser we will see the presets available. In this case there's only one. Click and drop it on the Bezier curve panel. Connect in the modular this panel to the effect. You will notice that in the drawing panel the learning button is activated. Now we go back to the modular, double click effect, synth 1 opens. So if I now choose tweak a parameter, it's automatically connected to this Bezier curve. Alright, that's it for now. Hi, this is where we left off. This was our effect. Let's hear it. Alright, let's move this out of the way. Next step, is that we are going to add a lead instrument. For this we need a new mono panel, and in the same way we will add an instrument. I click on the modular, my browser shows my presets, I go to tutor 5 steps lead, click, drag and drop it on the modular, connect both together, and hear how it sounds. It's a lead indeed, but it's not gated. Now, for the purpose of this tutorial, I'm going to use a rhythmical controller to change the volume of this lead. A rhythmical controller, this is one, but first I'm going to delete this, and I'm going to make it blank. A rhythmical controller can send MIDI messages and VST parameters. In this case we are going to use the MIDI control change volume. It's CC number 7, I think. I already made a preset for it, so I click on the controller, this LED goes high, the browser shows the presets, I take this one, click and drop it on the controller. So this one sends CC number 7 volume. The only thing I have to do now is tell the instrument that it has to receive MIDI messages on channel 1. I go back to my modular, lead, right click, MIDI in, channel 1. Sorry, MIDI in, channel 1, like this. So now this controller sends CC number 7 to lead. Let's hear it. Okay, this already sounds better, but what I want to do is to make the filter follow the volume. So I go back to my controller and I'm going to add another lane by pushing this plus sign. This is my second lane. I'm going to tell the controller panel to learn a parameter. Click on the learn button, go back to the lead, double click, this opens the editor, tweak the frequency, close. Now the second lane is connected to parameter 19, which is the filter frequency of synth 1. Right click on this lane, copy and paste it on the second lane, paste. Now I want the same shapes as my volume. Go here to the shape selector. These are triggers. These are how you call it, lines, smooth changes, but I want to take this one. So both are now the same. I press the space bar to here. Okay, it sounds gated, but it sounds a little dull, not bright enough. So I have to open the frequency a bit, but for all steps. And this is where the bass line comes in. This red line is the bass line. If I move over it and I hold Control down, I will move all triggers up like this. This sounds better. So, what we have seen now is how a rhythmical controller So this is where we left off. We had our effect, we had our gated lead. Let's add a third instrument, a bass line. Now instead of repeating all those steps like opening a mono panel and opening an instrument, I prepared a new project. So to show the projects in the browser, the same thing, I click the main panel. Oh, it's already there, sorry. And I take this one, I click on it and enter. The project will open. Put the volume a little bit down. So we have our effect here. What I did more is renaming some stuff. How to rename? There are two ways to rename a mono panel. You can go right click rename, or you can go double click. This will open the mono panel here. Go here, it's the same name, click on it, it's the same thing. What I also did is connect this mono panel not only to the effect but also to the lead. The rest is the same. These are our volume gates. I added to the mixer out a compressor. How I did this, click on this arrow, add VST. You see here are our 4 VST folders again, and I add here compressor. It's also a Karus compressor, and I add a new instrument, a bass, with a mono panel of course to generate notes. Double click, go here. So very simple. It will send quarter notes C1 to the bass. And to make it a little bit more interesting, I added a rhythmical controller which I called pitch bend. Double click, I'll show you here. Sorry, here. Drag a little bit up. It will also send a MIDI control, pitch wheel, and I have told to the controller send it on channel 2. Yeah, those channels start with 0. First controller, volume changes on 0, pitch wheel on 1. So in the instrument I set MIDI in channel 1, channel 2 in this case. Alright, let's hear it. Okay, let's solo the bass. Go to the mixer. If I click here, I mute them, so only the bass you will hear now. And you hear the pitch bend. Okay, go back to the mixer. Unmute. Okay, this project will be the base of the next tutorial. See ya!